Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to more Noire for the PlayStation 3. Well, last time I got a little bit stuck because my character didn't want to enter into or get into the car. I would have completed one extra task. Do I have to go to the telephone? I think it didn't save after that, I'm not so sure. Anyway, if the radar is indicating the telephone, it's because I have to make another call. Probably to ask for information about the cab again.
Phelps, 1247.
Beep beep.
How could I help, Detective?
I saw his picture in the paper.
I need an APB
He
out
wrote
on
that
a yellow
case with
cab,
that
number
lady head off
3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
Yeah, this call is getting repeated.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man. Thanks.
Alright, let's go to the car again then.
Can you drive to this one? Fine.
Okay, again, the hobo camp is pretty much for the end of the case, so that's why I am going to Central Station, but I think I'm gonna get interrupted on the way because of the yellow cab thing. I'm not so sure about that. Or probably the yellow cab can wait.
He's in interview too.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
So interview 2. Oh, that's 1. There he is.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble, that's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning.
So first, contact with the victim.
You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrellson?
Sure, we had a couple of drinks.
Yeah, he's telling the truth. The thing is, he needs to tell me more. Doubts.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
Incident with Bates.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrellson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
Again, he's not telling the full story. Doubt again.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jesse.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the beau has a record too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
So now I can go to the hobo camp. What about the yellow cab? I'm pretty sure I needed to get it before going to the camp.
You're behind the wheel.
And where exactly are we going?
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, I guess we ought. 3 suspects in the can and 1 on the hook. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown, though.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, we have Lars Carlson picked up.
11K, roger.
Oh yeah, the husband. They needed to confirm the alibi about the party they were in. So yeah, that guy is the leader apparently. If you go before, you will find no one. Or no one interested, you know, in regards to the case.
We'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
We need you to stay focused. We need to hold out.
How do we do
Keep you down, Phelps.
Ah, fist fight.
Your rightful share. We need to...
I thought I needed to shoot someone else.
I hope you don't need help.
Yeah, I just noticed that I could press circle to finish him.
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Wow, such a profound hobo. Oh yeah, I have to investigate his quote house.
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps.
First,
Toss it and see what you find.
we got a newspaper. I haven't found any of this in a while. So let's take a look.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack. Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. It's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney. We need your help, Jack. I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
So yeah, he's been looking for getting out of the business. Talking about Sheldon, of course. Well, this is not important for the case itself. But how about this? Surprise, surprise.
Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terrelson's chin.
And there is something else. I think this is the victim's purse. That's a ticket.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
There was something else apart from the ticket. Maybe not.
That's the cop from the newspaper.
So, do I have to leave now?
You know the way. You can drive.
Okay, gotta go back to Central.
Where are we headed?
I think I have to interview the many suspects.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession. We can charge the bump with her.
So I guess I only have to interview Ackerman now, since, well, this little dialogue pretty much discards all of the other suspects. Well, I think I missed the yellow cap step. I remember getting it before in my previous runs.
We're going this way.
Probably I won't be able to get the 5 stars, I don't know. I'm not personally looking for that, to be honest. And now he's on the other one. Fantastic.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Well, they both were on the war anyway. Motive for murder. This is what I want to know, actually.
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrelson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
You do.
Are you denying that you strangled Mrs. Terrelson with a length of rope?
I'm not denying anything. You have to have proof, lackey.
Well, I do have it. That's the one.
We found a matching piece of rope in your lean-to. I think we'll find the blood will match too.
I own no property. How could it belong to me?
Well, it was in your, quote, house. At the moment we arrived. Contact.
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrelson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
Ambiguous answer. Doubts. Immediately.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman. The state of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
Well, sounds like a confession.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrellson.
Isn't that the fruit guy that we got in the previous case?
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Terrellson will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
Well, it was a success by the looks of it. Yeah, 4 stars. I kind of expected this because there were 3 clues that I didn't find, and I'm sure there was one objective I skipped too, so it's understandable. Anyway, that was the White Shoes Lane case. I hope you enjoyed. Next time we're gonna do a new homicide case on this game.